Hello, genealogists, it's Craig, and this is Just Genealogy. So, in anticipation of beginning to work on genealogical proof in the next few days, I want to get through the holidays first. I thought what I would talk about for a few minutes was recognition that it always takes more than one record to prove anything. Recognition that you want to have the original record, not a derivative record. Recognition that the quantity of records from the perspective of what they say is not useful unless it's compared to the quality of the record. In other words, what I mean is you could go out to a family tree somewhere on the internet and you could see where 14 people have said the date of birth was X and one person has said that the date of birth was Y. Now, some people would believe that because 14 people said the date of birth was X, that that's the correct answer and that one person is wrong. When actually that one person actually found a birth record, a Bible record, or something. Who cares what it is? You should care. And they provided their answer and they sourced their answer to that place. And the other 14 people just typed something in, or they found someone who had said that it was X and 13 of those people copied what that person said. So 14 people said X, and then one person said Y, and further research would demonstrate that the real answer was Y, because they found some other record or some other thing that gave them the opportunity to know that it was correct. Now, I've seen as many as 7 birth dates for the same person, 7 different records, none of them derivative, all of them pension, town record, a variety of different things. All of them, although some of them admittedly were in family histories without source citations. So, but the issue is it's possible to have, for example, a date of birth and have it be X in one record, one original record, Y in another original record, and Z in another original record. I have 3 dates of marriage for my great-grandmother. One is in a church record. One is in a vital record, a state record. And the other one is a note in her own handwriting. So which do I believe? I choose to believe none of them, but believe all of them. So all 3 exist in my system, each one sourced. One of the problems we encounter is that folk will only go after one record instead of recognizing that there are a variety of records that you have to deal with. If you're looking at marriage records, there's not just a marriage record. In fact, what is the marriage record? Is it the marriage return? I think so. Is it the license? Well, that's a marriage record, but it doesn't prove a marriage. It just proves that you agreed to marry. A bond. Could it be a bond? Well, again, that's just setting you up to have a marriage. That doesn't mean you get a marriage. How about the publishing of banns 3 times? Is that a marriage? No. But if all of those things all come together and there's no marriage return, yet they live together as husband and wife, what are you going to write? Or if there is a marriage return, you don't have the problem. But would you ignore all of the other things just because you had the marriage return? I would suggest that you should not. There are also pieces like probate records. You could have an intestacy. Would you not look at the inventory? Would you not look at the estate sale? You could have a will. Would you not look at the inventory? Would you not look at the estate sale? Would you not look at the fiduciary accounts? You would want to look at all those things. There is a universe of records out there, and they in many ways all relate to each other one way or another. So when you think of land records, colonial land records, most people will in Virginia go to Cavaliers and Pioneers, currently in 8 volumes, soon to be in more. I hope it'll soon be in more because it stopped. So they go to Cavaliers and Pioneers and they find the land being identified and they find the head rights and they find all that stuff and they stop. Where is the survey? Surveys have been published. There's no excuse not to look at them. Or another example would be, and I'll make this my final example for the day, is you've got somebody with a military pension, yet you have not gone and looked at the payments. You've not looked at the payment ledger, and the payment ledger can tell you many things. I could spend a couple hours talking about payment ledgers. I should do that someday. Last and final payments from the Revolution are pretty popular, but those same kinds of payments exist all the way through pensions. There are last and final payments. You just have to identify them off the ledger. If you're doing military research and you have someone with a Revolutionary War pension and you don't go look at the pension ledger and you don't go look at the last or final payment, then you are not doing what is called a reasonably exhaustive search. And that's my point of today. You can't look at a single record and anticipate that anyone will agree with you should you say that you've had a reasonably exhaustive search. A reasonably exhaustive search requires that you look for all the records in that class. Look at the probate records, not the probate record. Look at the military records, not just the compiled military service record or just the pension. So, just as a preliminary, getting ready to go. I think tomorrow, I already have a chat, but after that one, I think what I'll do is I'll talk about remembering to focus. And now I just have to figure out what I'm going to say. So this has been Craig with Just Genealogy. I think we're converting people doing genealogy into genealogists day by day. I hope so. Do me a favor on this July 4th. Enjoy your day. I'm sure that you're not listening to me today. Maybe tomorrow. But enjoy your day. Tell your friends that I exist because the narcissist in me demands it, he said jokingly. And subscribe and click that bell for notifications. And remember that we will have a live stream on the second Wednesday of the month at 5 o'clock. And maybe we'll figure it out this time. I think we're going to stick with Zoom. I just have to figure out how to record everybody, kind of thing. Anyway, have a great day.